In Dune Awakening, players are walking on Arrakis. They're crash landing. When we upgraded from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5, the advanced lighting and the technology just made the world become so much more immersive. The art team has been able to, using help that we've gotten from Legendary with the assets there, we've created some very interesting desert environments that are different.
Advice for players on Dune? Easy. Rest in black shade, stay out of the sun, conserve your water, and preserve the integrity of your still suit. Look both ways before you cross the sand.
It is a unique survival experience. Going and exploring the various locations, meeting some of the popular characters, creating your own journey, whether it's, pairing with the Atreides, siding with Harkonnen, participating in that faction conflict that we have, or staying neutral, just focusing on surviving and thriving on Arrakis.
But after you've been playing the game for a while, you'll start to feel the effects of spice, and that will lead you to certain Fremen areas, which lead you to certain items that will make desert survival a much easier task. I really like the process of layering in story in a world. There are locations in the game that are called specific things. All of those names are tied to a piece of writing or lore that we've done in the background. It's not necessarily surfaced to the player in the game. But then in another part of the same area, you might find an item, and that item shares a name with a location. And the description on that item might describe what happened at that location for this item to be created. And it kind of creates this feeling that this world is lived in, that people have been here before, that there's more going on than just your story, that the world itself has a story.
For me personally, working on the project, to see the creativity that the design team has had to come up with a Dune-focused combat solution has been very insightful. We have a very unique approach to combat. It's not like anything really in any other games, where we've come up with some really neat mechanics to make ranged combat and melee combat with abilities and vehicles work in the Dune setting.
There's a lot of survival games coming out these days, and this one really brings a lot of new elements to that genre that I've never seen in there before.
Sand ones, of course, just the thrill of seeing them charge around and occasionally come up out the sand.
I think I got into it really quickly, and I think it's fairly straightforward and easy to learn.
I feel like we've only just kind of touched the surface of it, so I feel like as we get deeper into it, we'll really get to
Honestly, for the first 4 or 5 hours that we've played so far, I've had a really decent impression.
Firstly, there is Dune. Some people know the IP well, and some don't. Some have seen the movie, but never read the book. Some have read the book 72 times. And so we have a challenge. Most survival games have this ability to lean into a player's sense of intuition, where we have to kind of find these survival loops and make them work and give them proper explanation in our lore.
You've got these flying vehicles, the different progression systems, an open class system where to kind of dip into all the classes. Opening cutscenes are really epic. How you end up on the planet, I think it's going to be really interesting for people. I think just seeing how it progresses in the later stages of the game. The early stages are very survival, which is right up my alley.
The first couple hours now, it's been great. A lot of exploring, a lot of learning. Actually, I like the night times the most, when you actually see the ships flying over, trying to find you, and you see the moon.
Just look at that big sandworm. It's been a highlight so far, I have to say. The visuals as well. It's such a beautiful game.
And the gameplay that I've experienced today, it looks really, really polished for being a beta version of the game.
when we get to meet up with other people and stuff, we get to play around. And right now, I think some of the boys are building a speed ramp to start doing some jumps with the bikes.
Dune Awakening is an upcoming open world survival massively multiplayer online game developed and published by Funcom. Set in the expansive universe of Frank Herbert's Dune, the game invites players to immerse themselves in the treacherous desert planet of Arrakis. In Dune Awakening, players assume the role of exiles on Arrakis, striving to survive and ascend to power in a world where the precious resource spice is central to existence. The game emphasizes three core pillars: survive, expand, and control. Players must navigate the harsh desert environment, establish and fortify bases, and vie for dominance over spice resources against rival factions. Experience a vast, persistent world where thousands of players coexist. The dynamic environment of Arrakis presents challenges such as sandstorms, extreme temperatures, and the ever-present threat of colossal sandworms. Players must manage hunger, thirst, and exposure to the elements. Crafting essential tools, weapons, and shelter is vital for enduring the planet's unforgiving conditions. Starting with modest shelters, players can develop sprawling fortresses. These bases serve as hubs for operations, resource storage, and defense against both environmental hazards and hostile entities. Align with iconic houses such as Atreides or Harkonnen, or choose to forge your own path. Engage in political intrigue, form alliances, and navigate the complex social structures of the Dune universe. Engage in both melee and ranged combat, utilizing a variety of weapons and tactics. The game offers a fluid combat experience, allowing players to switch between different combat styles and strategies seamlessly. Compete for control over spice fields, deploying harvesters to collect the valuable resource. Protect your operations from rival factions and the ever-looming threat of sandworms. Funcom has a history of developing immersive open-world games, with titles like Conan Exiles showcasing their expertise in creating expansive, interactive environments. Dune Awakening is built using cutting-edge technology, featuring NVIDIA's DLSS 4 with multi-frame generation to deliver stunning visuals and performance. Funcom has actively engaged with the gaming community through regular updates and showcases. Players interested in experiencing the game ahead of its official release can sign up for the closed beta via the official website. The announcement and subsequent previews of Dune Awakening have generated significant excitement within the gaming community. Its unique blend of survival mechanics, MMO elements, and the rich lore of the Dune universe position it as one of the most anticipated titles of 2025. The game will be released in 2025 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and Series S. Now you can enjoy the screenshots without any interruption. Enjoy!